Metabo power tools are probably one of the world's most prolific power tools. Uh, there's many companies from China, Japan, and so on in South Africa selling their power tools. What makes Metabo so special?
Well, I would say the number one reason would be that Metabo, we don't sell power tools, we try and sell solutions. If somebody looking for a hole, we need to find out how many, what material, who's the operator, what's the power source, and then tailor a solution for them.
How do you handle the fact that many people talk about Metabo being the Rolls Royce of power tools? How do you handle the price difference between the cheapest that are in the marketplace and your product?
The way we handle that is Metabo has introduced an entry level, which is what the market is looking for, being very price conscious. But we also naturally keep our German range, which has all the safety features from clutches, auto-stop carbon brushes. So for the discerning user who knows that the actual machine is the cheapest part of his purchase, labor being the most expensive, secondly, the consumables of the machine being the second most expensive, and then the machine being the cheapest purchase, that if you buy once right, then it actually becomes a cheap purchase. It's a long-term investment from Metabo's side to teach the end user from a safety point of view, as well as the correct consumables, so that you build a partnership with your end user.
Are we at risk with some of the items that are being used in this country?
Definitely. I mean, there are very good control mechanisms in the country, but a lot of the cheap Chinese import bypass all of those, and they find themselves onto the shelves in the markets, and a lot of them don't have the correct ratings or the correct testings, and there's no recourse if an accident happens.
Doesn't Metabo utilize some form of Chinese manufacture?
Metabo has a factory in China, in Shanghai. However, it's more of an assembly plant. The concept with that is that it still has the ethos of the Metabo power tools, where it's all about safety, and it's not at, how should I say, like the traditional Chinese design. It starts with a price and then reverse engineered from end price, reverse engineered to how you spec a machine.
What percentage of the market do you figure you control in South Africa?
On the industrial?
Yes.
On the industrial side, I would say Metabo's strength is definitely the grinder, metalwork. On the top end of the grinder, we're running in excess of 30% of market share of the 8 major industrial power tools. Overall, I would say we're running close on 20% market share. On the DIY side, having pulled out of the builders, mass marts and that...
Have you actually consciously made a decision not to service those stores?
Yes. Metabo worldwide vision is that we must focus on the professional, because the professional power tool, yes, it is obviously available for the discerning DIYer, but the long-term goal and vision is that it becomes a exclusive product for the professional. So indirectly, you will not find it on any of the DIY shelves or major chain stores. If you sell the incorrect Metabo product for the wrong application, it still gets a bad reputation that it's a bad power tool. So it's very important for us to partner up with these dealers, that they have the correct training and that they tailor the correct solution for their client.
Having had a good look at the catalogue of Metabo tools over the years, it was very obvious that there was a massive range. How much of that range are you bringing into South Africa?
Sure. I would say on the power tool side, we are on about 80% of the range. On the accessory side of things, we're about 20% of what Metabo really does and carries. We have over 18,000 line items on spares and that. We endeavor to keep at least 3 months stock holding here. In extreme cases, we will strip a new unit. I think the only thing here in South Africa we can affect is service and backup for the product. We can't affect any of the product range or quality, only the service customer satisfaction.
Doesn't that create an intensive capital investment for you?
Yes, it's quite a challenge, and I think that most importers who decided to make a quick buck on bringing in power tools have burnt their fingers, because it always looks very attractive in importing and retailing power tools, but the actual service side of things is not really a money spinner. On repairs and warranties, it's more of a loss leader. Your money is rather made on accessories than repairs. Repairs is purely a service to back up your sales.
And finally, looking at South Africa as a market that obviously you want to grow bigger and bigger, and the pie must get bigger for you, but we're restricted also by an economy that is not in a great position at the moment. So one tends to look at the export markets. How involved are you in export?
We are servicing 11 sub-Saharan countries from the subsidiary here in South Africa, together with obviously key people from Nürtingen in Germany. And I would say definitely it is where the focus has turned to over the last 2 years, where the growth will be found in the future.
And just as a sideline, so where do you see the future? What's coming up in the future? What new gizmos and gadgets are coming from Metabo?
From Metabo's side, it's competence products, products that haven't been thought of. Competence products are unique products that none of the opposition have. Niche products to
tease me with one.
On the cordless side of things, Metabo is world leaders at the moment, bringing in the new 5.2 amp hour batteries, which the amp hour is actually the fuel tank of the battery. We're the first to launch successfully the cordless mag base, which is an absolute hit worldwide, and South Africa, we were told last month, has sold the most units worldwide on the cordless mag base. So definitely our market is starting to be receptive to products that can assist in cutting down on incorrect labor force. I think with the new vision of Metabo and the strategy where we're going ahead, the restructure and repositioning of the brand has all happened. And I think the road we're going now is we're growing from strength to strength. We can see the figures, we can see the market accepting the brand and our decisions for our outlets. So we're very upbeat and very positive.